the Cat's Pajamas, and today I'm going to show you how to create this fun spinner card using our Space Cadet stamp set. We're also going to be using the hollow circle from the framed up 2 cut-ups. See how the rocket ship turns and spins? It's really easy to do. You ready to get started? Start with a 5 1/4 by 10 1/2 piece of red cardstock, and then just fold it in half. For this card, I want the fold to be at the top. I'm going to be using my handy dandy glue stick to attach the paper so I can adjust, just in case it isn't straight. First, a 5 1/8 by 2 1/4 piece of pattern paper. That goes at the bottom. And then I'll attach a 5 1/8 by 2 1/4 piece of pattern paper right on top. There's a little bit extra, so I'm just going to overlap it over the top of the bottom piece of pattern paper. That way there's no seam showing. Now a piece of cardstock that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches and a piece of pattern paper that is 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. The pattern paper is a bit thin, so I'm going to adhere it to the red card. That's going to make this panel a lot stronger. Now all I have to do is use the hollow circle from the framed up 2 cut-ups and cut a circle. I'm back. You see, I've cut the hollowed circle from the square panel, and it's cut 3 different pieces. We're going to be using all 3 pieces for this card. For this project, I like to use 2 different thicknesses of foam tape. The thicker one I place in the corners of the square with the hole cut out of it. I want to avoid putting anything too close to the circle because that might impede the spinner. Now let's do some stamping. I've used the same die to cut a circle from a piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment on it. This one, Need Space, is really cute. I'm just going to stamp it up toward the top. Looks good. Now, a little trim. I think it'll look cute cut in a banner shape. Now a little glue stick to the back, and I can attach it to the circle of my pattern paper. I'll just line up the banner to the circle. Since I use the same die, I don't have to worry about the curves not being the same. On the back of the circle, I'm going to put more of the thicker foam tape. I'm going to put it in the center, because remember, I want to keep it away from the edges, just like I did on the big red circle. Now, let's attach everything to the front of the card. First, the square with the hole cut out of it. Now, take the hollow circle and put glue stick on the back and place it in the circle, lining up the pattern with the outside square. See, you can kind of see how it's starting to form a channel. Now let's make the spinner. I've already stamped and paper pieced the rocket ship from the Space Cadet set. Cute, no? And for the spinner, you're going to need pennies. 2 pennies, that is. And here's where the thinner foam tape comes in that I talked about earlier. See the different thicknesses? From the thinner foam tape, just cut a little square. And you're going to place it in the center of one of the pennies. Remove the backing from that foam tape and attach the second penny right on top of the first penny. See how the 2 pennies form a channel? That's going to help the pennies glide along the inside of the circle. Now I'll put a circle of foam tape on top of the penny. This one's the perfect size. Make sure the edge of the circle is running between the 2 pennies. Let's go ahead and attach the rocket ship. And finally, the center circle with the sentiment. And make sure the edge of that circle goes into the channel of the pennies. So the pennies should be riding on the inside of one circle and the outside of one circle. See? Now let's test it out. Looks good. Really spins. You could leave it like that, but let's do some decorating. How about a couple of banners right here? A red one and a yellow one. And how about a couple of clouds? These clouds are from our cloud border die. I'm just going to use 2 of them. I'll just snip them apart and place them on the card. And I'm going to attach a little bit of foam tape to bring the cloud up to the same height as the center square. Don't want it too high because I don't want the cloud to interfere with the rocket ship when it goes around the circle. Okay, that looks good. Now how about one here? More foam tape. And now a little testing. I want to make sure that those clouds don't hinder the rocket ship from going around the circle. Now how about some stars cut from our 3x3 cut-ups? These are going to add a lot of sparkle. Just a little bit of glue stick and some foam tape on the back of this star. How about a little star right here on the sentiment? That's cute. And then a star here in the corner. Think one more star, maybe a small one right here in the corner. And that's it. And it was so easy. I hope you give a spinner card a try. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.